Hello. Welcome back to the Catching Up with Kate podcast. Oh, it's good to be back. So, yeah, I missed a few episodes because I've been sick and I'm still actually kind of ill, surprisingly. Yep, 2 weeks of being just ill. And I'm pretty sure it was like the flu or something because it felt like something that I had when I was like maybe a kid and then never had again until now. I don't know. It was like I feel like the moment you say, "Oh yeah, I've got a bit of a sore throat," um, as soon as you say that, everyone just thinks COVID. It's COVID. Okay, here was my symptoms if anyone's interested. It started off with a little bit of a scratchy throat that didn't go away after drinking water. So you're in for a good time when that happens, and then I think my nose was a bit runny, and the scratchy throat went away after a couple of days. And then it came very like congested, going between like a really blocked nose and then a really runny nose. I know, so interesting, right? And then it developed into a cough for a little bit, and now it's just like very phlegmy, very thick goo. No sore throat. Not really any cough, I don't think. Before it was like an actual cough. I haven't had an actual cough in a very, very long time. And I still sound sick, at least to me, like what I'm hearing, I still sound sick, and I think even my hearing is still equalizing. It's not totally there yet. Because, your nose is blocked, your eustachian tubes aren't equalized or whatever, so like yeah, it's taken a while. And it's really disappointing because right before I got sick, I was just doing so well. I was being really active, I was cleaning a lot, I was having a good time actually. I felt really good. I was getting up at 6:30 in the morning, and that made me feel really good about myself because I was going to bed on time, waking up on time, starting the stream earlier than usual. And I love that. I love that. I think I want it to be an earlier stream than, you know, I want to start it earlier, but I don't know, since I got sick, my whole sleep schedule and everything has been totally fucked. And I fucking cut my bangs the wrong way. So that's great. But they'll grow out, you know? It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. Um, yeah, so I just felt really disappointed. Being sick, it just felt like such a setback from like all the things that I want to do. And, ugh. And don't get me wrong, it was nice having a couple weeks to just play Stardew Valley 24/7 and be by myself for a little bit. I enjoy my me time, I do, but I miss streaming, and then coming back to streaming yesterday for the first time in a couple weeks was really nice because it was kind of like, oh, I haven't done it in so long, am I gonna be okay? And yeah, I had a great time doing it, and it was really fun, and I just love talking. I just love talking. Yep. So it was fun. It was great. But I'm thinking, ever since like Sunday, I've just been waking up in the morning going, oh, I have to draw. And it's so hard drawing and starting a new piece of art. So I'm kind of in the throes of all that and feeling like, I just feel so blur, you know? Because I'm technically not so sick that I can still justify taking time off, but I'm just not 100% yet, which blows. So I don't know. Yeah, it really sucks because I just want to be back to like my normal self where I'm going and going and making things happen and I have energy. At least I can sleep better now though because my nose isn't fucking blocked or oh my god, it was so bad. A few nights ago it was so bad. I would lie down and then I would have all this gunk in my nose, so I'd sit up and I'd blow it for like a minute straight, just a minute straight, just shit shooting out of my nose. And then I'd be like, oh, it's clear now. That's wonderful. Now I can go to sleep. So then I lie back down and then, no, I can't actually go to sleep because it's blocked again. So then I sit up, rinse and repeat, blow, 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 try to go to sleep, sit back up, blow, blow, blow. Girl was busy last night. Bad joke. But yeah. Sorry if the coughing ASMR is not doing it for you. Yeah, it's not much fun living with it. So, yeah, I don't think it was COVID. I honestly I struggle to really see like what the difference is between COVID and like other shit because it all just sounds the same. You know, everyone I know who's had COVID always says like, oh, they were just so tired and yada yada yada. And I think the sickness I got after I went to New Zealand, um, that one I was tired a lot and I just slept. This sickness that I just had, however, though, it was not like tired, like I couldn't even sleep when I wanted to sleep. Even after like a full day of being awake, I could hardly sleep. So, but then people will say, "Oh yeah, I was the same with COVID," and it's like it just sounds like at this point that COVID's just like everything. But in getting this sick, I was looking up some stuff about immune systems because I was like, you know what? I don't actually know that much about the immune system or how it works, and I was like, you know what? Let's look into this. And I was looking it up, and it was like, you know what? You can develop your immune system and stuff, but I think it gets to a point where it's like, that's the cutoff, baby. I think. I'm even misremembering it now, so it's like, should I even be talking about this? I'm obviously not a fucking doctor, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but and I looked it up while I was in the throes of my sickness because I was like, surely all those times being sick as a child would contribute to not getting this sick. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I will say, what I do remember is that the symptoms you get, that's your immune system's methods for fighting it off. So it's not from like the actual virus or something. Which had me like, what? So I don't know. Hopefully, I'm not coughing too hard into the mic. Anyway, yeah, so I was also, for the past 2 days, because I was meant to do the podcast yesterday, but I didn't because I woke up late and then for the first day back streaming, being late, and then doing the podcast on top of that, I don't want to delay it anymore. I just wanted to get going. So, but I mean, technically, it is Monday for some people, so probably coming out the right time for you. I don't know. That's a funny little loophole that I have. um, yeah. So I just wanted to get the streaming started with, which was nice. Actually, the really cool thing about it is that a lot of people. Oh, I'm gonna sound like such a middle child or something, but like it was so nice. A lot of people actually noticed that I was gone. People noticed me. Wow. Ugh. Um. Yeah. Yeah. What can I say? It's nice to know that people noticed. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'll say that. I mean, wouldn't you want your friends to notice you when you're not feeling well? Anyway, yeah. So It was really sweet actually, and before I returned, a lot of people sent me messages and were like, "I miss you. When are you gonna stream again?" And that was really nice too, actually. I didn't expect anything like that. Everyone wished me well, and I'm pretty sure like everyone popped in at least once yesterday to come back and welcome me back, and that's like, whoa guys, who's chopping onions in here? So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with me. Um, what's been going on with you? Yeah, so I'm still congested. I'm still recovering, and people are actually kind of pog, so that's nice. And oh, I got this DM last night from Discord. I think it's a scam, but I'm also not sure. Like, I'm usually pretty good at telling when I'm being scammed. I usually have a pretty good detection for that stuff. And I got this DM that was like, Discord has gifted you a year of Nitro, but in order to get it, claim it, you need to add this bot to a server with over 50 members. I was like, sorry? What? And it kind of looked legit. I'm not gonna lie. I still kind of think maybe it is kind of legit because it has a special like claim button, and but when you click the claim button, it takes you to the screen where you're adding a bot to a Discord server, and I'm like, dude, I am not in charge of any Discord servers with 50 or more members. Are you shitting me? I I don't hoe out my Discord like other people. Nah. I just don't know that many people, you know. My community hasn't grown that much. Hey, you betcha. Sorry. You betcha if my Discord server, Hentai Connoisseurs, if we had 25 more members, I counted by the way. Yeah, I would have put that bot on the server. I would have been like, shit, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like if Discord wanted to gift me something, wouldn't they just gift it to me? Why would I have to put a bot to take control on my server? That just, even though like it wasn't. When you have like a bot on Discord, it'll have a tag, right, that says bot, and it'll have like verified bot. This didn't have that. This had a tag and it was called app. Anyway, I don't know. I posted a screenshot of it on my Instagram, and I was like, I don't trust this, and I still don't. So I sent a picture of no, I sent a gif of James Charles twerking, and then under that I said, react to this if you want nudes, because I was like, maybe I can like, if they're trying to scam me, maybe I can entice them into giving up the act. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think it worked, so I don't know, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna expire tonight. But if it has an expiration, then I guess it's kind of like then it has to be real. But either way, I'm not in charge of a server with over 50 people, so I can't accept it anyway. That's so stupid. I win Nitro free and I just can't accept it because I don't have a pogging off server. Guys, in the next 40 hours, can we get my server to 50 people? Actually, guys, I need 50 more people. No, I need 25 actually. I don't know if it counts bots though, because I have like the Patreon bot and the Subscribe Star bot on my Discord. Mm. I don't know, man. I got no clue. It's stupid. Hey, I'd love free Nitro. Love it, bro. But I guess I can't have it. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting, I guess. I was looking at, like, I was googling so much. I was like, is this a scam? Is this a bot? Is this a problem? And all the people with examples of real scams is that they'd send you a link, and then the link would try to make you log into your Discord, and the link would always be like discord.ru or something, I think. And I think that was kind of like, no, because .ru would be just like Russia, right? I'm sure logging through Russia is fine, right? I don't know. But no, it's like some of the links did actually look sus, you know? So, I don't know, man. I'm just. I'm livid. I'm absolutely livid. Yeah, I've had Discord Nitro like once, I think. And that was back when it first came out. So, yeah. I would love to have Nitro for the soundboard. I love the soundboard. The soundboard's so good, and to add stuff to like my server, but at the same time, ooh, sorry, excuse me. At the same time, it doesn't really matter, you know? Yeah, it's cool stuff, and I think that it should be illegal that I can't use all the server emojis unless I have Nitro. I think that is like the one thing that always gets me. It really does, because it's just like, come on, man. I mean, when I'm on Kick streaming, I can use whatever emotes that my friends I'm following have. Doesn't matter. Subscribed or not subscribed. Whereas Discord's like, you have to pay us money to use all those emotes. Fuck you, I'll just use regular emotes. Regular emotes are funny too, okay? Ugh. So yeah, I've been feeling very like, what's the point in anything? Like, what's the what am I gonna do? I just don't feel like things are like worth it, which is like very sad. I feel like that sounds very sad, and I don't know if I feel sad. I feel like I don't know. Is it overwhelming? Maybe it's overwhelmed. Yeah, yeah. I might be just feeling really overwhelmed at the moment. Hmm. Because to be honest, there's a lot of things that I need to catch up on that I just haven't been doing, because, you know, things fall through the cracks and you forget about things, you spend your time doing other stuff, and then you fall behind on other things, like trying to write a book about like learning digital art. And I've gotten to a part of the book where I've written a lot of it. Sorry. I've written a lot of the book, but I've gotten to a part of it where it's going to be very like exercise based, or like it requires, I don't know, like there was an idea with the book that I have where I want certain chapters to be accompanied with like videos, so that you not only get like a written explanation of things, but you also get like a video demonstration that you can maybe follow along with, and maybe even like supplying files as well. I don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I haven't thought that much about that. Maybe not even just doing files, because it's a lot of like explaining fundamental basics, and that's not really drawing from like a template. That's just kind of learning how to draw, I guess. So I don't know, but I need to get back to work on that book, man. But I guess I'm just stumped where I am, because I need to make content for it, and I don't know how I'm going to fit it in with everything else in my life, you know? Like I stream I stream like all day every day except for weekends, but I can't really do it on the weekend because, oh well, maybe I could do it on the weekend actually, because one of the reasons why I don't stream on the weekend is because My computer is in a little closet room with Caleb, and Caleb, when it's the weekend, or like whenever Caleb comes home, he likes to do his own thing, and he likes to make music, so he can be kind of loud. And I want him to have that time for himself because, he doesn't get as much time to himself to do his things. So I think for both of our sanity, I don't stream when he's around. And it's not like I don't want people to see him, or I don't want there to be drama or something. I just want him to be able to do his stuff in his space, because then I can do my stuff in my own time. So I'm okay with that. It's a bit sad sometimes because I feel like if I streamed at night too, it could be like a different vibe. It could be really fun, but at the moment where we're living, it's not really feasible, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Like, I'd love to have like an actual space for doing this one day. I'd love to be able to just stream and not, because I don't know about you, but for me personally, I have a hard time concentrating when there's someone right next to me doing all their stuff. Like, oh my god, me and Caleb. So when we're playing games with our friends, we both tend to like scream a lot. Well, not scream, but like we both have a tendency to yell, and it's super understandable. Like if I'm playing League with my friends, hell yeah, I'm gonna be yelling sometimes. Like, oh my god. I think I had quite a few screams on the weekend when I was playing with my League with my friends. It was pretty fun. And I get that that's involuntary. It's really not easy to control that kind of response when the stimuli is so crazy, right? So when Caleb yells, it makes me go to, oh, because he yells so loudly. Uh, but it's like yells of like excitement, or like, you know, yelling at your teammates. For me, when I yell in games, or like when I'm playing League with my friends, I'll be yelling because I'll be like so close to dying, and then I'll just live on a little bit of health, and I'll be like screaming the whole time, like, oh my god. It's pretty fun actually. I like it. I like it. It's fun. So I understand that. But in saying that, it is super hard for me to concentrate when someone's next to me yelling or playing guitar. So, you know, that's just how we are. So, that's the way it is for now. I'm hoping that sometime in the near future it will change and we won't be gaming in a little closet squished to each other. Sorry. Because at the moment it is cramped. Like every time he wants to walk past my desk, I have to move into my desk a bit more. So it's so annoying. And then if I want to go pet the cats, which are over on his side, and I have to squeeze past him, I literally have to do like the uh is it one young? There's this Chinese TikToker who will try to pass through like really slim places to show off like how skinny she is. I have to do like that when I want to go pet the cats. Ugh, yeah. I think I do a pretty good job though. I get through the gap. I get through this minuscule gap pretty well. But it's always my butt that will like knock something off my table. I've got to stop putting shit on the corner of my table. That's my problem. Yeah. Damn butts. Hmm. And I was like trying to look up news or like current events and go, what's happening right now that I could talk about that's like so fascinating, right? And for like the first time ever, I'm feeling like there's nothing I'm really caring about, you know? Which I think is like kind of crazy because usually I start off the podcast like, I need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. I need to get this off my chest. And at the moment, I'm just like, I don't care. Which is so unlike me, I think. Or maybe the things that are happening right now is just like, the people are making it sound like it's so sensational. And to me, I'm just like, this is nothing. Like, for example, the Kim Kardashian haircut. I don't care. And usually I'm like, ooh, what's the tea about the Kardashians? I don't care because apparently Kim tried to dye her hair fucking bleach blonde again, and then she suddenly dyed it like pink and then cut it really short. And now everyone's like, oh my god, she got a chemical cut. Which means like her hair didn't take the original dye well. So then in order to salvage it, they needed to just cut it and I think if it's like too yellow, people do pink because then they're like I don't know if it cancels each other out or some shit, but I heard that that's like a common thing. I don't know. I really couldn't care less. Wow, one of the richest women in the world can't get her hair done right. Okay, that sucks. Sorry. Damn, that blows, dude. I don't care. Although I guess the other interesting thing, oh, actually there was something I wanted to talk about. Okay, so what I've been thinking about lately is about like people who get famous really young, be like a YouTuber. Sorry, I'm like burping a lot. Be like a YouTuber or just like a celebrity. I've been thinking a lot about this because I feel like I guess it kind of ties into JoJo Siwa, but if you grow up really young and start getting famous, and then you're still in like the public eye when you're like a young adult, if you try to learn something new, like a new skill, a new talent, it's brutal. Like Tom Felton, the guy who played Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter. I don't know if you know it. It's kind of a niche character. Um, he recently released like this song that it's not that bad, honestly, but everyone's like, "Oh, it's so terrible. Can he unrelease this?" Okay. And it's just got me thinking that it must be so difficult to be so famous and then trying to like learn something new or trying to have a go at something new. You know, like I can release art and it's like it sucks, but no one's here to care about it, you know? Whereas if I was like a mega celebrity, people would be like, OMG, that sucks. I'd be like headlining the news. And so I kind of think that, yeah, yeah. No, but for real, it's like, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, I think people are very overly critical, and, just because someone's a famous rich person doesn't mean they're gonna be incredible at everything they touch, which I think is perhaps a very humanizing thing for them. And perhaps people don't really see it that way, huh? Because I guess it depends on the person. Because then there's Kylie Jenner who's starting like a business after business after business, where they all kind of suck a little bit, just a little bit, maybe a ton for some, and people are like, she's a multi-billionaire and she's started like 50 different businesses and she still can't get it right. And I don't know, I'm just thinking, I wonder what that is about, you know? Because on one hand, I do think there's a little bit of truth to it, where it's like, with all the money and experience in the world, and you're still making half-assed products, it really makes you think like, is someone making you do this? Is your heart not in it? Because that's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, that's what I think of it. Yeah, that Kylie doesn't feel like her heart's in it. I think when it comes to other brands of like influencers making like, I don't even want to say influencers, but like from some YouTubers to some I guess, influencers to celebrities. There'll be people who will produce like their own skincare, makeup, but they'll put so much effort into it, you know? And it's just, it's a weird thing where some people it looks like they're not putting in much effort, but then you could spin it as like, well, oh, she sent her people her makeup package and it just had like shredded hamster paper in it. Maybe she's eco-friendly. You know, like you could legitimately be like, maybe it's an eco-friendly thing. I don't know. But yeah. But then you could also spin it as like there was like no thought or planning put into it. So I guess it's up to the person to decide, the individual's point of view. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one day if I ever get into physical stuff, then I'll know a bit more about it actually. It'd be a cool vertical to go into. I have some ideas for things, but I don't know if I want to get into it so soon. Like physical, I don't want to say merch, because I feel like if I was to design like clothes or everyday objects that you could buy as part of like my brand, I hate that. I hate saying that. Oh my god, I just remembered something. I don't know if, oh my god, this is such a whatever episode. I'm so sorry. I'm like all over the place. And you know what I've been thinking a lot lately is that I feel like the podcast could be like leveled up so much better if I had a way to like, I don't know, like show things that I'm like looking at, because I feel like with some things I need to show context and I don't have the stuff to do that, honestly. I could edit on my phone, but it takes so long. I prefer editing on the computer, but I have noticed that editing on the phone is much quicker. We'll just say it's up for testing. Maybe I'll do an episode where I'll test it. I'll get out my laptop and I don't know. I don't know what I should do, or if I should maybe record on like Caleb's phone on a Sunday instead. I don't know. I've got some ideas, but anyway, as I was saying, if I was to develop my own like merchandise kind of stuff, that's not really. I don't like approaching things as like, oh, it's a merchandise with my branding on it. Like I'd do something silly or something fun. Like I can already think of some fun things that I'd like to do that are like kind of about me, but in like a very subtle way. You know, like you'd have to be in on the group to know the meaning. I don't know, like an inside joke. Because I feel like we have some inside jokes on the stream, you know? Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know how it happened, but there's this thing that happened where dolphins are like my number one enemy now. And everyone on the stream knows it. So much so that, like, I made my offline screen a dolphin with wire cutters, and it's like underwater with the sea cables. You know how like underwater sea cables connect every country with the internet, and it's like a joke that like every time I go offline, the dolphins got us and cut our cables. I think it's funny because I do hate dolphins. I actually really do. I think dolphins are quite possibly one of the worst. Yeah, one of the worst species alive. They are just the worst. And we're having all of this conversation. Would you rather be alone in a forest with a bear or a man? Okay, well let's do a one up. Would you rather be alone in a forest with a man or a dolphin? I'll take number 3 and I'll just kill myself. Yikes. Joking, joking. In Minecraft, you know. I think that joke has gotten so old. Ugh. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Guys, don't go threatening people's lives and then just say in Minecraft it doesn't work. The FBI has figured it out. Mayday, mayday, it doesn't work anymore. Ugh. And yeah, oh my god, I've still got to do those looking through my old phones video. I was literally about to do it and then I got sick, and as you know, everything got thrown out of whack. So I have to do that. And one of my phones I still haven't managed to get into. It's really weird. I've tried all the combinations I thought possible. Like, I thought for sure my iPod Touch was going to be the hardest one to get into. It was super fucking easy. Super fucking easy. And then yeah, and my old Samsung Note, really difficult. I don't know why. Oh my god. I'm like thinking, oh my god, what if I made the passcode Kylo? Kylo. Because my old Note, my background is Kylo Ren. Yeah. I had a Kylo Ren phase. Still do. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still so congested. Anyway, what else has been happening? I had my last therapy session with my therapist, which was interesting. Yeah, it's interesting because we thought that it could be good to go down the EMDR route. But then she started to like notice that I was just doing really well, and I was just being I mean, I have been doing really well, and I think I've noticed quite a significant change with me. And so then she was thinking, well, EMDR is really expensive and it's really time consuming, and if you're doing well with normal talk therapy, then you probably don't need to go down the route unless yeah. Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. At first, it was kind of confusing because one session we're talking about EMDR and getting prepared for it, and the next we don't even like talk about it at all. So it was a bit of a confusing experience for me, but she explained everything really well, and we had a really nice last session, and um yeah, I think it was pretty good. And it was nice to hear all my questions be answered before she left. And yeah, I think it was a really nice like send off. It's still kind of like, oh man, I can't believe that's that. Like that's it, you know. The relationship you have with your therapist is just so bizarro. I already said this before, but it's just like it breaks like all of the rules of social norms. And like I get it, it makes sense, but it's still like I want to know how her day was, you know? I want to know what she's going to be up to. But it's not that kind of relationship, you know? So I guess you gotta come to terms with that a little bit. That's that. Yeah. But, she's gonna go on and do great things, whatever she's doing. I don't really know what she's doing. Um, yeah. So good for her, And I also did agree with her in that if I do end up going back to therapy and go to a different therapist, it kind of gives you like a different perspective as well because you'll be approaching it from like a different therapist perspective. And that can be pretty cool and useful. And I was like, yeah, that's true. That's true. I would be interested in that. And yeah, like one of the reasons why I started going to therapy in the first place was because I was trying to learn to drive, and then every time I'd drive, I'd be like I'd dissociate, and then I would be oh, it was horrible. I don't know where that comes from, where I just always have this fear of like driving and stuff. I know a lot of people like it's easy, just do it and blah blah blah. And then I hate the questions you get where every time you see family and they're like, when are you getting a license? When are you getting a license? It sucks because it's like every time I get behind the wheel, I'm like sent into this like fight or flight mode, and it's not good to be in that mode when you're trying to learn how to drive, right? And it's even more annoying when people are like, oh, like a situation will come up and they'll be like, oh, if you knew how to drive, God, sorry, the video like totally just cut off and didn't even continue recording. Oh shit, I think I'm out of space. Fudge nuggets. All right, I have 25 minutes left. Surely I can get through this story. Anyway, it's like people will be like, oh, wouldn't it be really great if you knew how to drive because then you'd be able to do this or that? And that is one of the most aggravating things to hear, because it's like, do you think that I am 5 years old? Do you think that I am not reading this situation the exact same way as an adult? Because I am. And furthermore, doesn't it ring alarm bells in your head to know that I know how fucking useful driving is as a skill, as a form of independence, and I still have not completed that milestone because of how terrifying it is for me, right? That should maybe put into perspective for you that this thing is really fucking terrifying for me. And despite all of the pros and not a lot, well, there are some kind of big cons to driving, you know what I'm saying? But those are all possibilities. But yeah, the pros are all there. The pros are amazing. They're fantastic, and I want them so badly, but it's like it's hard and it's terrifying, and yeah, it like sent me into a depression because I just couldn't bear to be like, hey Caleb, let's do some driving practice. And it got so bad to the point where I was just sleeping. I was just like lying in my bed all day, all night, and I barely even got up to go to the toilet. I barely ate or like drank anything, and I just felt like such a piece of shit because everyone keeps saying it's so easy, it's so easy. And then I'd think to myself, well, if everyone's saying it's so easy, why isn't it easy for me? You know, why can't I do it? Everyone else can do it, why can't I do it, you know? And so that's like one of the big things I started going to therapy for. And I think through that, a lot of things were realized. So I went in for therapy for driving anxiety, and I came out of it with a lot of sorry, with a lot of realizations and things that I processed that I guess I didn't realize I needed to process, you know? So now that I've exited therapy in a much better state, I'm hoping that I can start up practicing driving again and I won't be a nervous Nelly doing it. Because that's the last thing you want to be when you're driving, right? That's the last thing you want. You want to be level-headed, you want to be concentrating, but you want to have that trust in yourself that you can respond but also notice things before they happen. And I hope I can be like that, you know? I hope that I can be passionate about learning that and actually have fun with it. Because a lot of people seem to have a lot of fun driving, and I think maybe like once or twice I actually felt like I was having an enjoyable time driving. But you know, I also have a lot of dreams where there's an emergency situation and I'm like, fuck, I have to drive. And then I'm driving and I realize I don't have someone in the car with me, because in Australia when you're on your learners, I'm sure it's the same with like most places. When you're in your learners, you have to have an adult next to you in the car who has their full license. And if you don't have that, then you are doing a big no-no, you know? So I always have dreams where I'm driving and there's no one there, but my L plates are up and I'm like, fuck, fuck. Or I won't have them up and I'll be like, oh, does anyone know that I'm not actually meant to be doing this? Like, it's so weird, but Yeah. I have those dreams a lot. And I guess it is kind of hard to like talk about this as well because I feel so embarrassed about it. It feels embarrassing, but it's also like I know a lot of people who don't have their license and who are very comfortable with that. And I know a lot of people who got their license at a later age as well. And I just think that I need to work on being nicer to myself about it because it's not helpful when there's a lot of pressure externally and internally because it is something that I think about like constantly. And before therapy, just thinking about it would like make me feel so anxious. I'd have so much anxiety and I'd be imagining things and thinking things. And in my brain, if I can vividly imagine something happening, it's like basically happening, you know? Like when I'm in cars with people and we're like about to turn, I just imagine, oh, we're gonna get hit, we're gonna get T-boned, and we're all gonna die. And then in that moment, it feels real, like it's about to happen. Hi, Mooch. So yeah, your girl's fucked a bit mentally. I don't know what it is. I don't know why my brain does that. I think it's the catastrophizing. That's what my therapist said early on in our therapy. She noticed that I catastrophize a lot. So, yay. But I've been learning to be like, you know what, just because I can imagine something happening doesn't mean it's going to be like that. You know, it's the same for imagining like really good things, you know? It's like, oh, I can imagine I won $1 million tomorrow. It's not going to happen, really. It's really not going to happen. Unless I get a Discord bot saying, hey, you won $1 million. Add this bot to a server with 1 million people. That'd be crazy. That would be very insane. So yeah, I hopefully things will go well for me. My goal is to get a lot more driving done this year. Maybe I'll even get lessons, like professional lessons as well. I think I need to do that. I think I need to do that, but the whole the whole experience of I just don't know what to expect from that, and I have difficulty if I don't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a thing you just gotta do. And I've been noticing lately that I will try things, and even if I don't know what to expect, I'll still try them, and I'll be curious and I'll be problem solving, which is a very big step for me. So I feel like if I get lessons, I'll just be like, oh, we'll just see what happens and play it by ear. Like I don't know. There's so many questions I have in my head that I could probably ask Caleb and he'd be able to explain it to me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm really hoping to have some more independence soon. I mean, I think all the time, like, it'd be so nice to be able to drive and, like, I can think of a million reasons why it'd be good. That's the easy part, you know, thinking of all the pros. I think the only thing about driving that I think is terrible is, like, the damage to the environment. That really fucking blows, but at the same time, our society is built around personal cars, you know? Public transport's shit, unfortunately. And I can see not being much of a driver when you live in the fucking city. Like, okay, that makes sense, but when you live literally like anywhere else outside the city, you kind of need to drive, you know? Because going to take the bus on like a 40-degree day, okay, it's not often that we get 40-degree days, so it's a bit of a stretch of the imagination, but oh, like one time I went to go meet my best friend to hang out and it was a 40-degree day. It was horrible. And it was so windy too. Oh, that day kind of sucked. I had a good time with my bestie, but it was one of those days where it was like, oh, driving is so nice. I love it. Plus, I want to be able to deck out my car and like make it all girly. No, I want to get like funny bumper stickers actually. I can't think of any fun ones right now, but I know I've seen some. When I find some, I'll let you know. But yeah, I'd love to do that. Or I love to be in power of the music in the car. Love that. Yeah. Oh yeah, me and my friend I was talking to one of my friends on Steam the other day who I haven't talked to in ages, and he was like, "Oh, if you were driving, you could just go get a McFrap whenever you want." And I was like, "That is so true, bestie." That's gonna be my inspiration. I'd be able to get myself a McFrap. Yay! Yeah. But like the crazy thing is, like I've already had like 40 hours of driving experience, and even after getting like 40 hours of experience, it's still so much of it that just still like terrifies me. you know? I don't know. I think it's also like the interaction with other drivers which bugs me. I never know what's maybe I just need to brush up on my rules, cuz I think I'm a lot better now, but sometimes when you're on certain streets, you really have to make these decisions or you have to see what they're doing as decisions and yeah, like if there's cars parked on the streets and it's like more of a one lane street, you have to like pull over and wait for them to pass and then I feel like I'm making it sound way more complicated than it is though. Like you just give the way, let them go, wave them off like, "Yes, girl, go." And then you go back on the road. That's not hard. That's not hard, girl. Anyway, um yeah, I hope you could appreciate my honesty and my ventilation of my issues. This is more of a therapy session for me than a podcast. No, I'm happy to share like my therapy and what's going on with me and what I'm doing because I know I appreciate when other people are open about that stuff. So that's how I want to be. That's how I like to do things. So yeah, wish me luck on my journeys. I will hopefully be doing the podcast Monday next week and not Tuesday. Love that. And yeah, so I'll see you next week and we'll catch up next week. And hopefully I'll have had a good time or something. I don't know. Okay, bye.